Dear student, welcome to the Physics 2020. Today we will learn the relative motion. Motion of an object is always described as relative to something else. For example, you walk on the road relative to the earth, but the earth is moving relative to the sun. So your motion relative to the sun is different from your motion relative to the earth. When you are moving on the road, you simply think that we are moving with respect to the ground, but normally we are moving with respect to the sun also. So any kind of motion which is simply considered as absolute motion with respect to one frame of reference, that may be the relative motion with respect to some another frame of reference. So in real practice we will consider certain kinds of the problem which motions will be related to with the different frame of reference. So here in this case the motion is to be bifurcated into classes. The motion which is in the one direction, another motion that will be in the 2 or 3D direction. So here for the motion in one direction we consider a particle here. This is the particle, and this particle is moving with respect to the two frame of reference. Here this is the frame A, this one x and y, this one the one frame, and this one another x and y, this is another frame. So this one is the frame 1 and this one is the frame 2. So the particle motion is to be observed with respect to the two frame of reference, the frame of reference A and frame of reference B. So let us consider the position vector of these particles with respect to two frame of reference. So here this position vector of P, this can be written, this is the xp, position vector of P with respect to the frame of reference A, and another, this is the position vector of P with respect to the frame of reference B. Okay, so in these cases if we consider the position vector of this P with respect to this frame of reference, then we note this position from this frame of reference. So this is the xpa, this is the xpa, this xpa, and if we consider the position vector of this P with respect to this frame of reference B, so this can be the xpb. Okay, and the frame B itself is moving with the frame A. This frame B is moving with respect to the certain velocity. Okay, and this, let us suppose this frame is having 0 velocity, or this is stationary. So the frame B is to be moving with certain velocity. So here the position vector at any point of moment is given. This is the xb, this is the position vector of B with respect to the A. If this frame is moving in x direction, positive x direction, then position vector of P with respect to A can be written as, this is the xpb plus xba. That means position vector of P with respect to A can be written position vector of P with respect to B plus position vector of B with respect to the A. Okay. When we differentiate these terms, then we will find this is the x dot PA is equal to x dot PB plus x dot BA. The differentiation is to be done only when if there is no change of time in both the frame of reference. But the change of time takes place only when the velocity of the frame of reference is very comparable to the velocity of the light. If the velocity of these two frames are not comparable with the velocity of lights, or the velocity of two frames are smaller, then we consider the time frames are the same for the both. That thereafter we can differentiate the both the terms. Right. Now here this term, this can be written as, this is the PA, can be written as this is the BPA is equal to BPB plus of BBA. That means the velocity vector of P with respect to the A can be written velocity vector P with respect to B plus velocity vector of B with respect to the A. Okay. One thing that has to be kept in mind, how this is to be remembered, that velocity vector of P with respect to A can be written here. This is the velocity vector of P and velocity vector of B. This B will be common, and the velocity vector of B with respect to A. So this will combine to form this. This is the BPA. Okay. So we can remember like this. Since this is the vector sum, so we can remember like this. Now the relative motion in second or third direction can be represented like the same way, but here this is the position vector of P with respect to the B, so this is the RPB, and here this position vector of P with respect to the frame of reference A, this is the RPA, and these are the position vector of B with respect to the position vector of A. So this is the position of B with respect to the position of A, so this is the RBA. So this also can be summarized into this form: RPA is equal to RPB plus RBA, where B is the common in both the cases. Okay, so this is can be RPA. Likewise, it can be differentiated, and this is the BPA is equal to this. Okay, now we will consider one of the example of the relative motion. There are various examples in relative motion. Now in this case we consider one example, that the river is moving in x directions. Here the river is moving in this negative direction. This is the movement of the river, and a boat is moving over the river. In this case the boat is supposed to be moved in upstream. Here this is the movement of the river, and the boat is more or less moving in this upstream. If a boat would move like this, then the movement of the boat would be said this is the boat moving in downstream. So one thing that has to be kept in mind, if it has been given that the boat is moving with a certain velocity x in the river, then we will assume that the boat is moving with respect to the river frame of reference. That means we have given the velocity of boat with respect to the river. If it is to be given that the boat is heading at an angle of theta into the river, then its motion is to be described with respect to the river. Okay, and if it has to be given that boat is moving at a certain angle theta with the ground before the movement of the boat, then the angle will be given with respect to the ground. So here, once disconnected from the shore, the boat will move in the frame of reference of the river. So such type of the problem of relative motion is to be considered in the next slide. Here this is the river, and the boat is moving inside the river. So here a problem is to be given. You are riding in a boat with a speed relative to the water. This is the velocity of boat is to be given 6.1 meter per second. This is the velocity of boat with respect to the water. I have already mentioned that the velocity of the boat in river is to be considered in the frame of reference of the river. So this is the velocity of boat with respect to the water is 6.1. The boat is pointing at an angle theta 25 degree. The boat is pointing at an angle theta 25 degree. That means this angle is to be given in the frame of reference of this river, and the velocity of river is to be given. Velocity of water is to be given 1.4 meter per second. Velocity of water is to be given. Here this is the velocity of water is to be given 1.4 meter per second. Then the question is what is your speed what is your speed VV, velocity of boat with respect to ground. Velocity of boat with respect to ground is to be find out, and the direction of the velocity of boat with respect to the ground is also determined. So such type of problem is to be solved by addition of the vectors which is to be given here. Here this boat is to be moving in this direction. So the component of this boat in x direction and y direction is to be find out. This one the y direction and this one is the x direction. Okay, this one is the y direction, this one x. So the component of the boat is to be find out. Velocity of boat is to be find out in x and y direction. Here this water velocity is moving downward direction. So we will consider the downward motion is negative and upward motion is to be positive. So this value, this velocity of water with respect to ground is the downward direction. So this can be written here. This is the 1.4 minus 1.4 y. This can be also written. This is the minus 1.4 j. J represent this is the j is basically this is the unit vector in the y direction, and negative sign represent this is the negative side. So the velocity of water with respect to ground is to be given. Now velocity of this boat with respect to the water, is to be find out by resolving this vector velocity of boat with respect to water 6.1. So 6.1 can be resolved into two components. This is the 6.1 cos of 25 x plus 6.1. This is the sin 25 j. See, this can be written I, this can be written also I, and this one can be j. Okay, so now we have to find out the velocity of boat with respect to the ground. So this can be written as this is the velocity of boat with respect to the water plus velocity of water with respect to ground. Here water is W is the common for both the cases. So this can be, so we have to find the velocity of boat with respect to water. Velocity of boat with respect to water is given, and velocity of water with respect to the ground is also given. So these two vectors is to be combined together, and the resultant vector is to be find out. That would be the V, velocity of B boat with respect to ground. So these two terms is to be added. This term, and this term is to be added. Here if we add this, so there is a vector. This is the 5.5 x plus 1.2 j. So this the magnitude of this bj can be find out by squaring this 5.5 k square plus 1.2 k square under root of. So this one 5.6, and the angle is, this is the tan inverse, this is the 1.2 divided by 5.5. So this one is the 12 degree. So such type of problem can be solved like this. Now there is another problem here. A swimmer can swim in still water at a rate of 5 km per hour. Let us suppose this is the river. This one is the river. This is the river. Okay, and the swimmer can swim in still water at a rate of 4 km per hour. Here it is not mentioned the swimmer velocity is with respect to the ground or with respect to the water. But I've already mentioned that whatever the velocity of the swimmer or the boat is to be given, that would be the velocity with respect to the river. So this is the velocity of swimmer with respect to the water is to be given. This is the 4 km per hour. If you swim in a river following at 3 km water, the velocity of river is to be given. Velocity of water with respect to the ground is to be given 3 km per hour. Okay, and keep its direction perpendicular to the with respect to the water. That is, the swimmer keeps its direction perpendicular to the. Let us suppose this is the velocity of water with respect to the ground, and this one is the velocity of swimmer with respect to the water. Okay, because the direction is perpendicular. So we have to find out the velocity of swimmer with respect to the ground. Velocity of the swimmer with respect to the ground. Okay, so this can be written as velocity of swimmer with respect to the water plus velocity of water with respect to the ground. Okay, the velocity of water with respect to ground is to be given. This is to be given, and velocity of swimmer with respect to water is to be given. But these two vectors are perpendicular, so we have to add these two vectors vectorally. So we have here this velocity of swimmer with respect to the water, velocity of swimmer with respect to water is equal to how much? This is the 4, and this one is the j, and velocity of water with respect to the ground, this one is the 3, and this one I. So this one is the 4j plus of 3I. When we take the magnitude of this velocity of swimmer with respect to ground, this magnitude will be the under root of 4 square plus of 3 square. So this one is the 5 km/h, and the angle will be tan theta. If this is making in certain angles with the vertical, let us this one is let us suppose this is the resultant. This is the velocity of swimmer with respect to the ground. Let it is making a theta with the vertical. Then tan theta would be, this is the 3/4. Then theta is equal to tan inverse 3/4. Okay. So numerous problems related with the relative motions is to be practiced for better understanding of this relative motion. Hope you will solve the problems, and whatever the problems you face, you just write on the comment. Okay, thank you.